Welcome to Unpacked, real conversations for diplomatic partners who are ready to unpack more than just boxes. This is the space for the brave questions, the messy middles, and the quiet decision to stop shrinking and start showing up fully. We talk identity, purpose, transitions, and what it really takes to feel at home in a life that's always moving. Because you've always been more than just the label, and this is where we say it out loud. Hi, I'm Emma, and I'm with my co-host, Anna.
We're back! Welcome back, everybody. Me and Anna, or Anna and I don't know which one we should say, but hey ho, there it is.
Either way.
It just came out. We are back, and we are recording our 1 year anniversary episode. It's so exciting to be back, and it's so nice to see Anna, and I feel as though obviously all of our episodes were pre-recorded for our parenting series, but actually in reality it has actually been 12 weeks, maybe 13 weeks since we last recorded, and a lot has happened. A lot has happened in between that, so I'm with my lovely Anna, as always. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Emma. It's so lovely to be back on air with you. And we actually, to the listeners, we already had such a lovely catch up.
Yes.
Because we kind of became a big part of each other's life in terms like, when you record a podcast together, you kind of share things that you're going through and reflect on things. So, yes, I definitely, as I said to Emma before, I missed recording podcast. I missed the friendship and Emma's presence and lovely company because we normally would see each other, bi-weekly? Quite
least.
A lot before. Yeah, at least, exactly. I think we saw each other a lot when we were recording, batching all those episodes, getting
and it's
them
amazing,
ready.
Anna.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to go back and actually see when we first had our first ever chat. But I'm guessing it was probably around last May, maybe.
Or even June, I think. We just connected. I remember you
Yeah.
approached me on Instagram and we had a Zoom chat, and that's how the idea was born. And we just, we exactly, we had this idea and we kind of implemented it more or less straight away. And here we are, 1 year into it. A baby came along, podcast baby.
I
So
know.
I'm sure everyone can't wait to hear more. And so basically today what we're doing, Emma, we're just catching up.
Yeah,
We
we're
haven't
going to
seen each
have
other.
a massive catch up.
Exactly.
But yeah, just
So
thinking about all of that though, Anna, when we talk about friendship, it's like I just had to tell myself I've never actually met Anna in real life.
it's weird,
That's
yes.
crazy.
It doesn't
Because I
feel like
can't
it.
believe that.
Exactly. No,
Because I feel like
exactly.
like you say, I spend so much time together, with you. Yeah, I spend so much time with you that it feels like that it doesn't feel like I've only known you a year, and then
Yeah,
second of
that's
all, I
true.
don't feel like I've never met you in person. I can't believe I haven't given you a hug.
I know, but we do all
We
these
do virtual
digital hugs
hugs.
all the time.
We
We do
do.
that. And I think, Emma, it happens because obviously you're such a wonderful, lovable, amazing person, but also because I think we share this journey. And that's why a lot of things that you're going through are so relatable. Let's say maybe I am ahead in a
Yeah.
certain way just because, I'm a bit older. I have 3 kids. My kids are teenagers, and I'm sure you probably have listened to one of the episodes where my oldest daughter was a guest.
Yeah.
And exactly, so Emma just had her first child. So yes, maybe really different phases, but still it's that journey of being a diplomatic spouse, expat partner, whatever you like to call us. Definitely not a trailing spouse. I don't like that
But no,
one.
we're
I don't
definitely not
like
trailing spouses.
dependent.
No. I think
So
we're
yeah.
like
Um,
empowering, trailblazing Wonder Women.
Oh, I love that. Empowering, trailblazing one women. Yes, absolutely. So let's start with you, Emma. So
Oh,
tell us about your baby angel and how
yeah.
you're going. I mean, the ups and the downs. I think we'd like to. I
Yeah.
think um we just want to be real and unfiltered, like
Oh,
and we always are, right? So you're going to
yeah.
tell us, I'm sure, what you just told me, kind of hit.
Do you know what? If we go back to, I don't know, if
Yeah.
I kind of go back to like late March, I was finishing up doing some work and I had little meetings and all of those things. But with like, as most first babies come late, usually,
Hmm.
I
Yep.
I had kind of not that disregarded the due date, but I kind of had like a due 2 weeks after of my due date. That's kind of what I had in my head anyway.
Hmm.
And I was
Okay.
very, very hopeful that she would decide to come on her own time. Well, I didn't know she was a she at the time, but that that she would come on her own time and I wouldn't need any medical help to get started. And luckily, she did. Um, Not only that, she
Hmm.
came well, I went into labour 2 days before my due date, and then she came 2 hours before her due date. So she came, so it was like well, let me quick calculation 24, 27, 28 hour labour, something like that.
That's
Obviously,
good
not all of
timing.
it super, like, not all of it super, super, super painful, but definitely the last mm, 12 to 14 hours. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just, yeah, extremely excruciatingly painful to the point of I was like, why did I want a natural birth? Order me the
Yeah.
C-section. Take me now. But I don't know whether you've heard of this, Anna. Like because I obviously in this like world of doing hypnobirthing and understanding birth education and just me being me, I did research about every type of medical intervention and every type of
Mhm.
like birth biomechanics, all of these things that I learned about to try and understand how I could make the birth as easy as possible.
And did it work?
Anyway, um, part of this part of this work, I think I've. You know what? Yes, it's painful, but you know everything went as I hoped it went could go, and
Fantastic.
I
Yes.
had some complications post birth.
Hmm.
Where my placenta didn't come out, which was really annoying because after you've been through all that pain, they're like, we're going to have to take you to surgery.
Oh,
Oh, and I was
oh,
like, are you kidding me? I've got to have a spinal now. Like, I could have
no,
had this 12 hours
really.
ago. Come on.
Yeah.
But hey ho, it is what it is. Um,
Yeah.
so that bit obviously was unplanned for, and I don't think every birth is, there's usually something in a birth, isn't there, that is a
Something that
curveball.
goes not as planned,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't think it's perfectly orchestrated ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the what I was amazed about is that my recovery physically, I mean, emotionally, it was a roller coaster. I had physical, like, I was
Mhm.
exhausted because I hadn't slept for 48 hours, and then you have this newborn. But physically, I was amazed at how, like, my body felt. Like, I thought that even the most, like, amazing, perfect, smooth sailing birth would still lead to, like, pain and discomfort. And I was feel very, very lucky. I felt as though everything, I was like, this is, maybe my expectations were really, really low. um you know and maybe that is the case, but I was amazed that how good I felt physically after giving birth, which was amazing. But yeah, this point when I'm in labor and I'm like screaming
Mhm.
for the C-section, there's this thing in this birth education stuff that says, that time I was probably in the point of transition, which is usually like between like 7 and 8 centimeters.
Mhm.
And they talk about this transition being of like, actually, you think you can't do it, and you actually can't do it as the person that you currently are, but the person that you're about to become can do it. And I just think that is so. I'm even getting emotional now thinking about it. I
No,
can't talk
oh,
about
Emma.
birth. It's just the most emotional, like empowering,
Oh,
amazing thing that we can do as women, right? And what a privilege to be able to do that. I just think is just.
oh, Emma. Well, one day, well, wait, before. one day, partner, we are recording this podcast sitting in one room together
Yes,
because I'm
we
going to give you a
100%
big,
are.
big hug. Oh my
Yeah,
God, like, because now I might become emotional and you are going to listen to two
yeah.
crying podcast hosts.
Oh,
But,
I told you I can't speak
oh,
about birth. I did say this before. Someone mentioned midwife and I start crying.
okay. Well, because obviously it was 3 months ago, and it's like it's such an amazing, like it's really like you are a superwoman, a superwoman, like super mom. I think what we can do as women, what our bodies can do, we create life literally.
Yeah,
This
and then we
life grows
sustain
inside of
life.
us, from a cell to all of that to everything, and then it comes from us and through us. Like how, pardon, I want to swear here, but how fucking amazing is that?
Yeah, it's just
And I think we women don't give it like even ourselves credit for that because we think it's normal and it's what we're expected to do. But I think it's really huge if you think about it. And Emma, I loved it when you said it's actually called transition. I think in life we also have those phases. I
yeah,
don't know, not exactly 7, 8 centimeters.
yeah,
It may be something else, but when we
yeah,
think effort, I cannot do it because the person who actually is saying that cannot, but the person who is about to do it, she can.
yeah.
And I think those versions of us who have done it and can do it, they're all, it's like, you know, oh gosh, like in Russian we call it matryoshka, this Russian dolls
Oh
where you
yes,
kind of
yes,
stick
yes.
them.
Yeah,
I think this is how we are as well. Like there are big and grander versions of us,
yeah,
or just you just need to get there.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
so well,
beautiful. But yes,
so you
so
did it, Anna.
I did it.
You did it. You did
And
it.
she's wonderful. And yes, obviously there are times currently. I mean, she's 12 and a half weeks old, so it's not like
Yeah.
she's fully independent and sleeping through the night now. And, all these things
Mm.
that say, get your baby to sleep at 8 weeks through the night, or like, it doesn't exist. I mean, but also, why would we want it to exist? I mean, ultimately, babies have small stomachs and they need to wake up to feed. So it's kind of like their biology that they need to wake up. So,
Exactly.
um,
I think like there are a lot of expectations, and I know there are some babies who can sleep like really they do sleep like for 6 hours more or less from the beginning. Mine were never like that, and you can have anything from 1 hour and a half to hardly any sleep to 6 hours and everything in between, and it all is always changing as well.
well, yeah, always
Like
change it. And
like
you have like a good,
where are the
a
criteria and standards
yeah, you
and
have a good
shoes like.
night, and then you have the next night is not the same. So, I think it was actually 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago. I mean, it all blurs into one. Um, but it was where basically I gave her I fed her before I went to sleep, and then she woke up at, I don't know, like 1, 2 ish or something like that, and then she woke up again at 6, and I was like, whoa. I've only had to get up once in the night. That is
Yeah.
amazing. And then the next night she was up at 1, 3, 4, 5. So it's
Yeah.
and I just think ultimately, I think, and this is a really nice thing that someone said to me. Is actually one of my best friends. She said to me, she said, Emma, you just need to surrender into the moment and just think this is what it is right now, and that's okay. Just
Yeah.
focus on like this is where we are right this second. She's feeding or she's crying or she's whatever is happening, and then you just deal with that right now, and then don't think about the next night or 3 feeds time or
No.
um. So yeah, it was a really nice thing, just a reminder, just to this is just it right now, and that's okay. Like it's not going to last forever. And unfortunately she's grown so much already, and I want to take her back to 11 weeks ago when she was teeny tiny.
Well, tell me that. My kids are 18, 16, and 13, Emma. When did
Yeah.
that happen? I was a blink of an eye. First, you did not sleep. I did not sleep for 6 years.
Oh
But
gosh.
then it all like, phew, went like that. When and how, I have no idea.
Yeah.
And that's why I think exactly. I love the reminder you shared, like, from your friend, that surrender. And yeah, I think it's like riding a wave. Like you
Yeah.
just ride the wave. I watch surfers. I'm back in Australia, and where I live at the moment, I can see surfers. Um, and yeah, they stumble. They like there's no way you're going to control the wave. And some of them are really good at riding the waves, and they have so much fun. And some of them suck at it, and clearly have less fun, and everything in between. But I think it's again like, yeah, it's just it's a skill as well, right? To know when to surrender and when you say no, no, not on my terms. That's just not happening. I
Yeah.
think like, right, this is where I think wisdom comes in, and just like, but definitely with a 3 months old baby, yeah, surrender. I think that's the only approach here.
Yeah. And then we
So
came,
Emma,
well,
yeah,
we came back to Kenya as well.
yeah,
So we
hmm
did the grand old journey, with door to door, because we gave ourselves so much time at the airport because we had so much stuff. 20 hours door to door.
yeah, that's
Whew.
pretty
And I was like,
rough. Yeah.
I thought she was going to be okay if she sleeps, but she is a bit of a madam. She must get this from
Oh.
me. And if she decides that she's going to be overtired, then it takes a lot of crying and a lot of cuddles and a lot of
Mm.
energy to get her to eventually be able to calm down to go to sleep. And I thought, if we get to that point on the plane, and then I don't know, the seatbelt sign comes on, and I have to sit down, it's all going to be horrible. But luckily,
Yeah.
she slept and she was quite happy.
Amazing.
So we were obviously exhausted. And yeah, Andrew thankfully did all of the nappy changes in the aeroplane because I didn't fancy that. So that was one job I delegated. I said
Hmm.
all along I'm in charge of input and he's in charge of output. So,
I love that.
um, so that's just the way that the balance goes in our parenthood journey at the moment. Um, and yeah, and then we got back to our flat, and it was crazy because it feels like I've not been here for so long. I didn't know where things were in the
Mm.
cupboards. I was like looking in all the cupboards for where the glasses were, because we'd only just like pretty much moved into this place before, because I was
That's
pregnant.
right.
We had a
Yes.
family. I
Yes.
think I was only in here for about a month or so, maybe a
Hmm.
bit longer before I flew back to the UK. So I hadn't properly felt properly at home here, and then to come and then woo, we now got baby, and then having to put a cot up and feed her and then try and get her to sleep. And he was like, I just really want to go to sleep after this journey. But we had lots of support. Like my mum and dad, bless them, they came to the airport at 3 in the morning just to move the trolleys from our taxi to the check-in desk because we had so many. And like it's not like here or like even in the UK, there's physically no one there to help in that situation. Like even if you wanted to pay for assistance, you don't have it.
Yeah.
So, and then we were very lucky that we had friends who were on the flight from London to Kenya, and they helped us on the other
Mhm.
side. So we were very, very grateful that we had support getting through the airport with all of the stuff, which was mostly baby stuff. I
Yeah.
think maximum we had 7 or 8 boxes or suitcases or something ridiculous, and definitely less than 2 was for me and Andrew. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of baby stuff. How can someone so tiny need so
Um,
much stuff?
exactly. How can someone so tiny need so much stuff,
A
right?
lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
We're settling back in. We've had loads of nice
Mhm.
catch ups with friends. Everyone obviously wants to see Isla and not me.
Yeah.
But obviously everyone
So
wants to see me.
did you have like I don't know, a big gathering that you invited people over, or do you prefer and meet everyone like, in kind of smaller
Yeah,
setting, one on
I
one?
I I prefer smaller settings. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just saw everyone on an individual basis.
Oh, yeah.
Which I really like because I can then really find out how they're doing too. you can really. I just weren't much better at that, and obviously then it was really nice as well that I I didn't necessarily. I want to say get it all over and done with it. That sounds like really negative, but as in it was nice to see people over a 2 to 3 week period, to have plans where people were dropping in and out
Yeah.
for, because
Yeah.
I have felt, I don't know, coming here, there's obviously this, like, it was a stark contrast of like what my life was like before here, and now I've got this baby, and I'm like, oh, and a baby who's so very like heavily reliant on me at the moment. It was definitely a new transition to figure out my independence outside of our compound life, and I'm still definitely not there yet. So it was nice to have people coming in and for me to feel like I have plans.
I
How about
think,
you, Anna? What has been happening? Because where were we? We were.
well, first,
So much has happened.
lots of things. Exactly. Lots of things have happened, but before I start sharing my journey of the last 3 months, well, congratulations, Emma. I think on behalf of all of us, and well, welcome back home to Kenya,
Thank you.
and good luck settling in and developing a new routine. But again, like it's a wave,
Yeah.
it might change and it will change because, as you kind of get more confident getting around with Isla and Isla is growing, so all of that, I think it's just you for a while think, oh, I figured it all out, and then it all changes, and you have to
Yeah.
start figuring it out again. I think that's how it works, right?
Yes, I think so.
So just, but enjoy all bits of it, and yeah, it's really good to have you back.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. It's really, really amazing. And time for myself. This is time for myself to do something like this. So it's also very nice.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely time for yourselves and time, for all our listeners and those who are watching us on YouTube. Yeah. And who probably have been, through very similar, I don't know, experiences, becoming a mom, which is absolutely amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
incredible.
an amazing thing.
So, and back to your question, Emma. Yes, so last time when we recorded our last episode, the batched one before Isla came along, and that was really like 3 months ago.
Yeah,
And we were in Australia, an evacuation, and then we were allowed to go back to Lebanon. And I have to admit, it was a wonderful news, but it came absolutely out of the blue, at least for me, because there was no peace agreement, nothing. So when I had to double check, like I don't know, 5 times, are you sure? Is everyone sure? It seemed so bizarre. Like really, it's like it's war still. Are you sure it's safe? And it's like, yeah, it is safe. Uh, but been allowed to fly through Dubai or Doha the way you would normally do. So that
yeah,
was bizarre.
yeah. So what was the
For
route?
me, like as a mom, right? Just because as a mom, let's say I would have stayed probably and said, hey guys, let's maybe wait here for a little bit longer until things are definitely, calmer there. But for my kids who've by then been doing online schooling for 2 months, who missed their friends terribly, especially for Lena, that was like a no-go. No, 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 we'll be on the next flight. So it took a little bit of time to find out, what actually the flight will be. So we ended up going Sydney, Bangkok, Frankfurt, Beirut, and Emma. I'm so grateful we
Whoa.
could stay the night in Frankfurt because otherwise we would have had to wait for our flight to Beirut like for 7 hours. And by then, you're like physically dead because
Yeah,
those are two long haul flights. It's like 10 hours to Bangkok. And then, I don't know, what, 13, 12? I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
Long, long. So we had this scenic route around the world. And
Wow.
I kind of had to keep it secret because Selena really wanted to surprise her friends. And as I mentioned, I, you know, was part of it. And I was allowed to have on video, like, record her surprising her friends and their reactions and the tears and the hugs. It was priceless. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So the kids, literally, I'm not joking, the evening I arrived, they were gone. They were just gone. I could record my video saying hello to friends, like, you're right, bye, mom. I
Oh,
think, when the kids are teenagers, like, when Isla is 3 months old and all she needs is mom and dad, maybe, but
yeah,
like definitely mom, mom,
yeah,
mom, mom, mom. But when the kids become teenagers, they do, like, they love me, I know, and I love them, but we're no longer enough. It just doesn't work like that. They need, I think that's how they see themselves, that's how they define themselves. They need more people to kind of feel whole and complete. So it's good to give that to them, but because we left so unexpectedly, I could not even say goodbye to my daughter who is here in the boarding school.
oh,
So, and I helped the kids to settle back in Beirut. It was so funny. We were picked up. So you're allowed to go back, but you're not allowed to go the way you normally go. It's not safe, but it's safe to return. And, or let us pick you up in an armored vehicle. And it's like, and the driver's like, yeah, it's all good. It's just, the drone just stopped flying. It's like fun.
yeah,
Like there is some cognitive dissonance there. It's like something is like two and two does not make five.
yeah,
Like, are you sure, guys? But I think again, it's like there is a new norm in Lebanon. I've been back now in Australia since mid-May, more or less, or like second half of May. But yes, drone is unfortunately something that's kind of big part of your daily life, and you just almost stop hearing it. It's so bizarre because when I lived in South Africa, in this, behind a huge wall, barbed wire, CCTV, panic buttons. I remember I could really sit in the garden and kind of don't see the wall
yeah,
anymore. And only when I left South Africa, I was like, oh my God, really? No wall, no barbed wire? Only then your brain is like starts seeing things like, I think our brain is so good at selecting information, filtering things through, distorting it completely. Like it's amazing.
yeah.
So I've been back now for quite some time because my daughter, who is in a boarding school, was not allowed to go back to Lebanon for her school holidays. Sometimes boarding school closes, and yeah, so it was wonderful to spend time with her, go to Canberra, hang out with her, and gosh, one of my last journeys, I was a cleaning fairy. My daughter has so much stuff. Oh, like as a teenager girl who obviously loves fashion and clothes and makeup and it's a trouble. It's an issue if you live in a boarding house and you have a limited amount of
Hmm.
space to store
I can
things. And
imagine.
if you cannot go to, like, she hasn't been back to Lebanon now for almost what, 5 months, six, like a long time. Normally she would bring really heavy bags back home and at least, get home Lebanon, leave some things there. She hasn't been able to do that. So I tried to kind of encourage her to sort things out and kind of declutter a bit and organize. So, well, with some
Yeah.
success, I'd say.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine what would happen if my mum had told me that I needed to declutter.
But she's like, because and you know what the other thing is she's in a boarding house and it's such a great school, such like I because I've been there quite a lot. I know people, I know her friends, but when a child is in a boarding school, their life is so structured. She wakes up at 7, she has breakfast, she goes to school at 8:30. She comes back at 3:30. She changes, she does sport, she does 2 sports. She comes back, she has dinner, and then she has prep, homework, and at 9:30 she's in bed. There's no time for cleaning.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
what a
that
nice
has
way to
been
be,
my
not having time to clean.
oh
She's
no,
no.
Emma. Yeah, she's still. It's like no, and she's supposed to clean because no one's coming to kind of sort out her. I don't know. If you cannot walk in the room, that's a bit of an issue.
Oh dear. Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
it is a very, very big issue then.
So, but yes, it's kind of, I think it's also part of being a teenager. I
Yeah.
think teenagers are normally not the kind of the tidiest of people, or most teenagers.
Yeah, I think
I
again
don't
it's
know.
very personality based. Like I am very much like that, clothes, yeah, clothes explosions coming out of wardrobes um but my brother was completely the opposite. So much so that once I walked past his bedroom and he had his towel on the floor, and I took a photo and sent it to my family chat, and I was like, "Look, he's left a towel on the floor. He's not so perfect after all," you know. And I, in
Yeah,
comparison to if I'd just taken a photo of what my room looked like, 3 meters away, it was yeah, my room was definitely very messy in comparison. But I think sometimes
exactly.
they say about like your brain. Well, they say your brain, don't they? Like your very busy brains, you have to have like everything's out everywhere, and a tidy room, or like a tidy room, tidy desk. You've got an organized
What does it
mind.
mean?
Organized
Organized
mind.
mind. Yeah. I don't know. In a way, I truly believe as within, so without, obviously, yeah, I tend to agree, yes, with this statement. But I think there's also like, when you're a teenager, and let's say it's also learning about how to manage your time and how to actually look after yourself. If there is no mom
Yeah.
or no dad who can come and help you with a lot of those time management, like now let's do this, and let's sit down and sort it out and things like that. So she's super independent, very independent, unbelievably, I don't know, like really impressive. For me, going to school and watching my daughter interact with her friends, with boarding house coordinators, with teachers, because we had a few meetings. So she decided to do IB, and we wanted to have a meeting to decide, like, how to select the subjects. Like, I'm such a proud mom. Like, she's unbelievable. Yeah, very, I don't know, amazing. Like, really. So this all is the upside of me being now in Australia. But needless to say, I am looking forward to going back very soon and seeing everyone. It's not easy when you have a family, when you're immediate family, while the kids are still young, really kind of so far
Yeah.
apart, on the other side of the world. So I've been, it's not good for the environment, I know, but I really felt like at the moment I'm taking planes like I'm taking buses.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, it's like, okay, it's just
I think it's part of this
what
life,
it
though,
is.
isn't it? And I think
Yeah.
it's unfortunate because, like you say, obviously there is a massive environmental issue, but at the same time, when your family and your life is across countries, it's just. I mean, we're very lucky to be able to spread ourselves out. You know that you know when people used to move countries, they would go and you'd never see them again. You know,
Especially to Australia, that
yeah,
that would be it.
yeah, you
Gone.
wouldn't make the long journey back, would you, to back to Europe?
Yeah.
Um, so I just think, okay, yes, we can be, conscious about our footprint, and we can do other things to, you know,
Mm.
navigate that as an environment. But at the end of the day, we're very fortunate to be able to still see people across the world, give them the hugs, and to even and communicate like we do over the internet.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, technology and all of that, it's priceless. Really, I think for us, in our situation, with our lifestyle, like, it's a big component, right?
Yeah,
Of how we keep in touch with people, with family, with friends. But I think it is something, I mean, still this physical proximity, being able to hug someone and to, like, physically, me help, start out the room or meet people, like, meet teachers in person, that, like, that was huge. I'm very
yeah.
grateful. I'm able to do that. So that's yeah. That these were my last 3 months. Kind
Wow.
of. That also flew like in
Yeah.
no time.
Well, I can imagine. I mean, you have literally flown all around the world. Um, so well
Yeah.
done for you, because that is a lot, especially it sounds like your whole focus has been around the children, and probably very little time to focus on yourself, or fitting in yourself and your needs around whatever is happening. So I hope now that you're in Australia and you have a little bit of time, you can settle in and have your own routine as well.
That's right. I mean, routine in a way is easy because I think I kind of do the same things wherever I am,
Yeah,
my breakfast, my grounding, my workouts, lots of lovely walks here. But yes, I do have time for myself. And I've been doing a lot of being instead of doing recently.
that's nice.
Because I realize, when you constantly, uh, when you say, yeah, I'm fine, like cool, like vacation, yeah, I've handled it amazingly well, the kids, like all good. But then we really slow down and realize, oh my God, it actually has taken some toll on me. Like I've been putting fire after fire after fire after fire. I had to react to so many things, be there, this container for others. And when suddenly there is, well, I'm no longer putting out fires, it's just me, and I can just be. And and then I can decide what I want to do and how I want to do it.
Yeah,
Because for me, where I'm in my life right now, I'm 46. It's like, I don't want to be putting out fires. I don't want to be in reactive mode and just like, running around and doing things for the sake of doing things. Like, I want to be intentional, and know, like, why and how I want it. It's like, really. So for me, it was also the upside of being here now in Australia, besides spending time with family and my daughters. Like, I call it my Australian retreat. A lot of solitude as well, and just um, lots of walks and being. Because I think it's like with in nature, like, you plant seeds. You cannot, like, doing comes from certain way of being. So, and I've been doing a lot of being.
that's
So ready for the
beautiful.
doing part.
Are you feeling
I'm getting
ready?
ready for the doing part. I'm getting ready for the doing part. So I've been thinking about new ways of, helping others, and really I had a lot of time to reflect. Because I think a lot of us sometimes we look at life or phases in life. It's like, oh my God, that's like 1,000 pieces puzzle. It all looks as I don't even know where to start. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Um, and I think what I like personally for myself, I don't like overwhelm. I like, like, I think things are actually simple if you don't overcomplicate them.
yeah,
And going through what I've been through, it's like, yeah, I can distill now those lessons that I paid. Yep, lots of money to the University of Life, my tuition. So I can distill them now and share with others, and do it, I think, in a way that it's like, there's no overwhelm, it's just very straightforward.
yeah.
So it has been a very productive being. Yeah.
Well, this is really beautiful, Anna. And as always, our lives reflect upon each other in very different ways. But I'm sat here thinking, well, yeah, that the last few days I've been thinking about, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, we have a nanny slash housekeeper, and it's been really nice that I've had some support with Isla, even
Mhm.
in the very small snippets of playtime, which is about 15 minutes at the moment. But to have that time to have a shower, or have
Yeah.
take a bit of time to make myself lunch or do these things. And there's been a bit more time over the last week as Isla and her nanny have started to get to know each other and build a bond, which is so
Mhm.
important that they do so. That I've since started to think, well, what am I? What do I want for the next part of my chapter? How do I
Yeah.
want this next bit to be? And I'm very
Exactly.
much similarly. I have done a lot of being, yes, doing mothering things and being a mum, um, but also lots of time just sat there having a nice baby cuddle, not necessarily watching TV or listening, because sometimes when you're so
Mhm.
tired you can't really. I couldn't even
No.
watch TV or read a book. I mean, it sounded, just couldn't do it. So just thinking about, well, what's going to happen next, and so it sounds like we're both in this transition.
7, 8 centimeters to.
You sound like
Do
you're
not
a bit
try.
more on the other side. You're about to get to the doing bit, so you might be at 9 or 10. I'm probably still at 5 or 6 centimeters right now. Um, but yeah, definitely coming into this like the next chapter.
Exactly, the next chapter, because I think what I realized also looking back, and I'm happy to share more, next time. I think like, I'm really ready to take full ownership of my life and say, hey, like, it's my life. How do I want to live it? Like, I want to shape it. I don't want to react. I don't want to be like a tenant in my own life. I really want to decide how it's happening. Like, what are my rules?
Yeah.
What are my terms? How do I want to do it? Like, I've been there for people. I've helped a lot. I've done a lot, and I'm still going to do it. Like, I love my family. I love my kids, of course. But so I think that being faced, don't you think, Emma? That's the most productive thing you can do.
Yeah, and hopefully doing very little in the being phase as well. Like you say, just enjoying the time in nature, enjoying the time to be slow, enjoying mulling things over. You don't even necessarily have to think about things, have like a productive, reflective session.
No, no, no,
It's
no,
just
no.
literally
Exactly.
just taking it all in.
No. You can be like enjoy the beauty. Like, Australia is so stunning. Every time I walk out of the door, it's like, oh my God, I am in paradise. Like, I am savoring, enjoying, loving it, loving spending time with my, like, I have little nephews and nieces who are like adorable. Love being auntie, love being, with my parents-in-law. Amazing exploring new parts of Sydney. So there is a lot of that, like, sensory and just, I don't know, enjoying it.
Yeah,
It's not, I don't have a 5-year plan. No, no, no. But it's like more, how do I want to feel? Like,
yeah,
how do I want to go? It's like, really, for me, it's like, how do I want to feel?
yeah.
And I know how I want to feel worthy and powerful and
Yes.
calm and peaceful
Beautiful.
and at ease. I don't want to react. I want to run around. I want to respond to
Yes.
things that come at me. And I think to get to the stage, you have to create space.
So much space. And this is
Yeah.
what I'm really in the middle of at the moment is how do I create more space? Not more space, or what do I get rid of? So
Yeah.
when we talk about decluttering, I am in the as I'm thinking about this now, I'm not doing anything about it right now, but more of a how do I declutter my life? Not necessarily. Well, maybe I'll declutter my wardrobe. That would be a good start. But um, yeah, really clearing the energy to make space for the next bit, and let's hope and hopefully full of joy, laughter, pride, balance.
Exactly. Well, I love it, Em, and that came
Yeah,
now just out of this
I,
beautiful.
yeah. We've had a
I
full
love.
coaching
Thank you for
session.
being such a beautiful reflection. And I know this is how life
Yeah.
is. Like, it's always a reflection of people you meet. That's never ever random. And so thank you for being such an amazing, beautiful reflection and
Oh,
mirroring back. And I think that's why we need people in our life, because like sometimes like, oh, I haven't seen that, but I see it now, and it's wonderful.
yeah. And this is the beauty of conversation,
Yeah.
the beauty of human
The beauty
connection, and yeah, it's just amazing.
of real human connection where there's no performance, no pretending. It's just, I almost forgot we're on a podcast. It's we're actually recording. But I think this is what I want more in my life, and I
Yes.
love it. Decluttering. It's like, yeah, I don't need this. I don't want, like, no, no, no. And I think it requires boundaries and clarity. It's like, no, this is what I want more of. I don't need that anymore. Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe we can revisit this in a few episodes' time and see where we're up to.
Let's do
Um,
that. I think I'd
yeah.
love to. Obviously, listeners, dear listeners, if you have other ideas or wishes, topics that you'd like us to discuss here, please let us know. But I think decluttering your life, I think that's a really good one. I love it.
Yeah.
let's do one of those. And I think let's wrap up, Emma. While I'm
Yes.
impressed with your daughter, she's been amazing
Well, I've got these
so far. We did not
noise
hear much.
cancelling headphones, so maybe it's all going a bit crazy in the other room. But I did
Oh,
say
really?
that if it was an emergency, please come and get me. So there's been no emergency. So yeah,
Wow. Well, thank
wonderful.
Isla on behalf of all of us.
Yes, she's doing wonderfully, and she's yeah, she. I mean, I'm sure she'll want to be involved at some point in the podcast.
Or we'd love her, we like, a guest speaker.
Yes.
Telling us
Well,
all about
thank you
her
very
journey.
much, and just really beautiful. Thank you everybody for listening. This is actually, I don't know that I mentioned this because of my sleep deprivation, but our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
And just thank you so much for all of our listeners. We're nearly at 2,500 downloads and views across all of the episodes, which just feels just phenomenal. So we know that we're so grateful for you guys, and
Very grateful.
yeah, please keep sharing, spreading the word, and yeah, any questions, any topics you want to talk about, anything that you want to ask me or ask Anna, feel free to ask. You can either direct message. We always still have our anonymous link in the show notes, and you can contact us. All of our contact details are there. But Anna, would you like to say where people can contact you?
Sure. So I have an Instagram account. I think it's not just a spouse, my name, which you can see there. And yes, I have a website as well, notjustaspouse.com. How about you, Emma?
You can get in contact with me at The Zesty Life on Instagram, and yes, my email and little website is in the show notes too. But for now, we will say
Fantastic.
goodbye,
Yeah.
adios, and we will look forward to seeing everybody next time. Thank you
Yeah.
so much
Thank you for
for
listening. Bye,
listening. Bye
everyone.
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.